It's Marcus from Punch Jump, and we are doing a Resident Evil 4 gaming test on the iPhone 16 Pro. And so the iPhone 16 Pro has this new A18 Pro chip. It has a 6-core CPU, a 6-core GPU, and according to Apple, 2 times faster hardware accelerated ray tracing compared to last year's A17 Pro. So this Resident Evil 4 runs at 1560 by 720 resolution, and it is basically capped at 30 FPS. So when you start this game, you cannot adjust any of the graphics settings. It's just set to a default so that it takes advantage of the processing power without overheating the A18 Pro. So if you take a look at it now, it does run at a solid 30 FPS. You'll notice that the texture quality and the resolution is of course a bit compromised, but overall it's certainly playable. We attached a PS5 controller to the iPhone 16 Pro. There are touchscreen controls, but I would not recommend that because it's just a map of all these different buttons on the screen. It's difficult to see and it's difficult to control, so of course use a controller to pair with the iPhone. And so if you look at things like the lighting effects, the smoke effects, and just the sheer number of enemies on screen. This is the chainsaw demo. It's the introductory part of the game where it sort of demonstrates the kind of encounters you'll have in Resident Evil 4, and they are all mob-based where a group of enemies will come after you from all different directions. And you can see that it is holding up really well, especially from a cutscene here. You could see that overall, the image quality is good. The lighting, even the fire effects right there, the smoke, you can see the chainsaw guy getting ready to go. And even Leon himself, the character model. Except for, I would say that Leon's hair doesn't look that good. It looks like a cheap wig from a Halloween store. But normally his hair looks really good if you were playing this on a PC or even one of the M-series processors on the Macs or iPad. But yeah, in this frenetic sort of introductory mode, you can see that it does hold up well and it's definitely playable. So what we noticed when we were playing through the game is that the iPhone 16 Pro did not overheat. It certainly did get warm, and I think that's the case with any sort of graphics intensive game title, but it didn't overheat like last year's iPhone 15 Pro. So that is a significant upgrade from last year, and of course they added a aluminum enclosure inside the 16 Pro to help dissipate the heat that comes off of that. And you can see here that facing off against enemies, using things like grenades, all the special effects look great. All the character animations especially are pretty much exact to the console. You can see a little bit of the smoke effect there. And there isn't much of a compromise as far as the fidelity of the overall character models, the animation, and sort of fitting all these huge set pieces onto the screen at once. So that is the biggest takeaway from playing this introductory level. You can see the fire coming down here. This is where the cow comes out, and see a little bit of a frame rate dip there where there's a lot of things going on, like a burning cow. But yeah, this is what you would expect if you were to buy this on the iPhone 16 Pro. So this also runs on the iPhone 16, the standard model, on the A18, so that's different from last year. Previously, it was only iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max that could run these AAA game titles, and last year the 15 could not. So both the 16 Pro and the 16, no matter which one you buy, can run these game titles. Of course, when you buy it from the App Store, you unlock the versions for the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. So as long as you have the iPhone 15 Pro 16 or 16 Pro, you can play these games on your iPhone. Or if you have a M series chip-based iPad or Mac. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run, and you can watch the entire demo, and I will come back to the end with some final thoughts.
La campana. Hay que obedecerla.
Él nos invoca. Tenemos que servir. Al Lord Sattler Todopoderoso.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
And that is Resident Evil 4 on the iPhone 16 Pro. As you can see, it ran great, steady at 30 FPS on the A18 Pro. And for more videos, hit subscribe, and for more news and reviews, head to news.punchjump.com.